Welcome back then, guys, and as you can see, since last episode, things haven't really gone to plan. We did pick up a good sort of 0-0 draw against Stoke. Not the best of games, I must say. It was very boring. We did not play very well at all. 5 shots throughout the whole game, as you can see. Stoke probably should have won. We got away with one. And then we went and played Bournemouth. Now, this was embarrassing, but also unlucky. Basically, Bournemouth took the lead in the 3rd minute, Jordan Ibe, and then Jermaine Defoe scored in the 29th minute. Follow that up just before half-time, Oliver Burke scores 39, Phillips scores in 43, and Oliver Burke scores in 44, which means within 5 minutes, we're leading the game 3-2, the comeback's on. And then a minute later, Greg decides, 2-footed tackle, lunge, straight red card, he's off. He's now got a 3-game ban, it's been extended. And after half-time then, Bournemouth got the goal on 54. We tried to contain, we tried to drop back. Then got another goal on 60, which meant we had to sort of try and push if we wanted to get a goal. And then, as you can see at the end, we were tired. We didn't really have anything left, and Bournemouth just sort of took us for what was left. And probably not a result really that shows how well some of the players played during that game, especially before half time. But Greg is really someone that let us down in that game. He's not going to be starting anytime soon. But then a positive. We played Liverpool. Philip Coutinho scored within 3 minutes. Oxlade-Chamberlain scored within 22 minutes. Thought it was going to be going downhill. Dembele made his return though, and I must say, what a return from Dembele. Oliver Burke up that right side as well, playing very well. Marega up top with Dembele. Dembele scored in 27th minute. Marega then backed it up in the 35th minute with a lovely assist by Moussa Dembele. And then Dembele again on 70 minutes. Went down, tucked it in the goal. 3-2 us. We switched to counter-attacking. Then final 10 minutes we decided let's just stick there, contain, defensive. Wasn't the most exciting bit of football, but we grinded out that result. And as you can see, we did actually have more shots than Liverpool. And I think possibly a fair result on our part, to be honest. But that's good because it means that going into this game against Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup and then the semi-final against West Ham, we're not on a losing streak. We have won a game, and it does mean that the confidence isn't as bad in the squad. If you're wondering, well, it's January where the transfers, nothing yet. I will say a big money offer has come in from China. Not going to say which player yet, as you will find that out closer to the time. Possibly even in this episode, but we'll have to wait and see. Here's the lineup to face Sheffield Wednesday. The confirmed lineup for today's game then. Starting in goal, number 1, Ben Foster. The back 4 lines up as such. Neom, Evans, Dawson and Gibbs. In midfield we have Matt Phillips on the right, Chadley on the left and Livermore and Jakob in the centre. And up top we have Moussa Marega and Jay Rodriguez. Substitutes for today's game then. Myhill, Brennett, Bielik and Burke. Greg, Guilherme and Higazi make up the rest of the bench. So, we did actually decide to stick with the same lineup that played Liverpool last time. We do have a semi-final in 4 days. I am aware of that. However, after this game, I think we're going to rest the whole squad, give them a day off training. But also, this is quite a big game. Sheffield Wednesday aren't a bad team, so we shouldn't really underestimate them and play a weakened side. The only change really is Boaz Myhill in goal, and that's mainly because he wants to leave the club. We're going to put him in the shop window. I'm going to say assertively, I expect us to win. And I hope that means that we do win. Not sure how that works, but hopefully we should have the quality in this team, especially up front with Marega and Dembele on form at the moment, to put this Sheffield Wednesday team to the sword. No shots at all for Sheffield Wednesday so far throughout this game. We are coming forward. No highlight there. And 5 shots from us, dominating possession, dominating the game. We are away from home, but we are the better side here. And the early stages definitely show that as we hit the post. Hopefully, if we can get an early goal, we can sit back, relax a little bit then, and we can rotate the side throughout the game. I do think that's something that we want to do. Can't really have this one. I don't think the FA Cups go to extra time, actually. I think FA Cups have replays. So it won't get to extra time. We're okay with that. But we do need to make sure that we're on form to play West Ham, which is another reason why I kept the same lineup, to be honest. Because if we're doing well, we're on form going into the West Ham game, it does mean that we're going to do slightly better. West Ham against Villa, a hard game for them as well. 0-0 there, and hopefully, a little bit of upset in their form against a weak, say a weaker side, but a side that's playing in a lower division, might knock their morale a little bit, which would be good for us. Let's just say I'm not happy with the performance out there. We've been dominant, but we haven't really done anything with the ball. Livermore gives it to Gibbs. Chadley. Ball into the box. Marega's there, and it is 1-0. Minute after half time. And that's a good goal for us. Don't want to sit back and relax just yet. We do want to keep going. As Dembele takes a free kick miles over the bar. Not even worth watching that. West Ham still 0-0 then. As we come forward again with Gibbs. Apparently this is a replay. I'm not sure why it does that. Seems like it's a bit of a bug or something at the moment, where the replays come on when it's not been a goal. I don't actually have a replay set for anything else apart from goals, as you can see there, just in case you were thinking that. Changes need to be made then, and Gareth Barry will come on as a deep-lying playmaker for Jakob. Dawson will come off for Bielik, and we could possibly do with resting Dembele, to be honest, before our next game. So we'll bring Rondon on, see if we can secure an extra goal with him up top. As Burke latches onto the ball, loses it again. And another one of those replay highlights. Bit confusing why it's keeping doing that, but hopefully we can put up with it for the time being. As Sheffield Wednesday do come forward now on the attack. Adam Reach to Stephen Fletcher. Ball goes in. Johnny Evans is there to clear up. And they have the ball back again. Good ball in. Myhill with a spectacle save there. Not sure if he saw that coming. Should have been a little bit more aware. And they hit the bar. Myhill not looking really confident in goal for us. Apparently he's playing as a 7.1. Not sure if that is entirely accurate. As Javier Hernandez gets injured for West Ham. Good for us, that. Nice to see our local rivals doing us a favour there. Offside conceded. It does look like this game will end possibly 1-0. Dominant performance from us. A few more goals would have been nice to be scored. However, a win is a win. as AU scores for West Ham. I mean, it's not important. It's still a 1-0 win for both of us. Does mean that they'll have confidence going into the game against us. However, they have lost their, well, quality striker, you should say. We have ours back now, so it positives and negatives all round there. I will say it's a good win for us. Try and keep the form. Yeah, the form building up. The morale sort of getting a little bit higher. And receive a little bit of money. We do have the FA Cup round 4th draw, which is probably what we're going to come back for next. So then, the FA Cup 4th round draw. Before we get into that, if you're thinking any transfers have happened, nothing has happened so far. Nothing has gone through. No players have gone out. No one has come in. Offers have been made. Contracts have been rejected. And at the moment, we don't actually have any money to spend, so we can't buy anyone until we sell. So we're trying to sell as much as we can, but it's quite hard with the quality of players we're trying to sell. Anyway, moving on, we do have the FA Cup draw then. The West Ham are out first against Derby or Coventry. Sunderland will play Charlton. Ipswich will play Bristol Rovers. Leicester will play Stevenage. Accrington or Watford will play Cardiff or Bristol. Brentford against Cambridge. Southampton, West Brom. Could have gone a little bit better for us. However, we said that last time. We beat Liverpool. We may not have as good as a cup run, but a cup run will be good nonetheless. You think this is a transfer? It's not. It's just a youngster going out on a trial. But as you can see, West Ham in the Carabao Cup semi-final, first leg. Lineup coming up now. The confirmed lineup for today's game then. Starting in goal, number 1, Ben Foster. The back 4 for West Brom today, Neom, Evans, Dawson and Gibbs. The midfield, Matt Phillips on the right, Nasser Chadli on the left, with Livermore and Jakob in the centre. And Musa Marega partners Oliver Burke up front. The substitutes for today's game then, Myhill, Brennett, Bielik and Rodriguez. Greg, Guilherme and Higazi make up the other positions. The lineup for today's semi-final then. Gareth Barry comes in as a deep-lying playmaker to replace Claudio Jakob, who is suspended. Greg is also suspended, which means he's the only option we've got left in midfield. Solomon Rondon is on the bench. However, rumours have said that he may be on his way out of the club, with a big offer from a Chinese team coming in. If we go assertive and say, I know a lot of you will be keen to avenge what happened last time against West Ham when they did beat us. Hopefully that will give us a little bit more. As you can see then, coming forward, we have had a shot. Barry with a free kick in. Johnny Evans is in there. Dembele out to Burke. Gareth Barry, I thought he was going to make a return to the side there and score. We seem to be dominating West Ham though. Shots everywhere as Masuaka plays the ball in. Dawson with the clearance, who plays it out to Chadley. Kieran Gibbs is on the left to Livermore. Back to Dawson. Lovely ball over the top. Dembele's there. Is he going to swear it to Marega? He is. And we're 1-0 in front in the semi-final first leg. Fantastic start by us. And I must say, we're looking pretty solid today. I should also say, if we do get to the final, the result of that first leg, Man City against Bolton won 4-3. So we could be playing Bolton in the final if we get through. Can't see it on the updates, but yeah, it's a surprise, but a welcome surprise, to be honest. We're dominating this game today. West Ham not having a shot on target. As Dembele sticks it in the back of the net, 2-0. And it's offside. The question is, do we go a little bit more attacking to try and get that second goal and give us a good lead into the second leg? Or do we just stay as we are? Because we are controlling this game. And to be honest, we're the ones coming forward with the ball. It's Burks there, hits the bar. Gibbs puts it back in, out for a corner. Really need to try and capitalise on this period in the game where we've got the majority of the shots going in. As Burke takes it out on the right, nothing happening there. Again, going into half-time then, West Ham not looking like they're going to get a shot on target. Nothing as we go into half-time. I am going to be assertive, and I'm going to say I'm pleased with how things are going, keep it up. I think that's all we need to say right now. I don't think that means get complacent. I think it just means we're pleased with how we're playing. However, things could be better, things could be worse. I think that's what we're saying. West Ham have had a shot in the 55th minute. This does mean, though, that going into that second leg, we're only going to be a goal up if we don't score. So we are going to bring Matt Phillips on, in the hope that he can do something here. Phillips with the ball in. Dembele's there. Thought he scored that, but he missed it. Good block by Masuaka, I think it was. Phillips with the ball in again. No one's there. Livermore's there. Not good enough. And West Ham come forward with the ball for the first time in the game. This is the first highlight we've seen. Foster collects the ball. As it's gifted back to them, we don't seem to be putting a lot of pressure on. And this looks like it could be a route back into the game for them if we don't sort this out quickly. Lanzini with the ball through to Sacco. Diafra Sacco, luckily, he skies it over the bar. But we need to maybe go a little bit more attacking now. And what we're going to do is just play a little bit wider. Clear the ball to the flanks and hit the early crosses like we normally do. We're going to stick on mixed passing still. As we seem to be the team in control today. But just being a little bit more clinical, getting that second goal will really help us in the second leg. Burke gets the ball in, Hart's there. And really now, we need to look at making a change. I think Rondon's going to come on. And the question is, we are bringing off Oliver Burke. Wilhelm is coming on as an inside forward. And we're going to try and do something a little bit different. Wilhelm puts the ball in. Evans just over the bar. And it's a goal kick to West Ham. Dominant performance, but we haven't shown the quality in front of goal that we really should have. Phillips with the ball in. Nothing comes of that. Lanzini now on the counter-attack. Dawson's there to collect. Foster with a good ball up. Rondon's there to head it down. Barry to Guilherme. Guilherme to Rondon. Back to Livermore. Livermore. And Dembele's got the ball now. Dembele through. Dembele 2-0. Just what we needed before the end of the game. That does mean that hopefully we go into the second leg with a 2-goal advantage. And with that step closer to the final. I was expecting West Ham to come out and be a bit more attacking today, to be honest. And we haven't really had to change much. We've had that goal disallowed for being offside. And, I mean, he's been very good up top. West Ham in the end had 8 shots, but they didn't really turn up. So I'm going to say it was a really good performance by us because we controlled the game. However, realistically, I mean, we probably could have done a little bit better there. Just a teeny bit. It does mean, though, going into that second leg, which will be the start of the next episode, after we play Manchester City and Brighton, we are 2 goals in front. We are 1 step away from the final, and that means we're 2 steps away from securing European football. If we win, that is, if we win the cup. Not going to be very likely if we play Man City. However, if Bolton somehow managed to pull off something and get through to the final, we could be looking at European football. And then the league doesn't matter to me that much. We can secure that top half finish, but we can, win that cup, get that European football, and attract some higher caliber players coming into the club, because we're not really attracting any at the moment in this transfer window. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. If you did like this, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment or any suggestions of who you think we should buy, how you think we should play. Put your comments down below if you think that Bolton or Manchester City will get to the final. Who do you think will end up playing if we get there? Big if. There's still a second leg. It's not over. We are winning 2-0, but it's not over. We've shown before, especially against Bournemouth, where we lost 7-3, we can concede more than 2 goals. We're not known for a good defensive record. Just want to think there before we end.